Advice for men in their 20s: depend on yourself. People are going to let you down at some point in life. As sad as that may seem, and as angry as it can make you, it's a fact of life. Being emotionally and intellectually self-sufficient is an important aspect of deep maturity. It also means that wherever you go and whatever you do, you're never working without a net. Be your own primary resource. Learning how to cook and keep your own space livable are also features of a mature man. Not only will you have an easier life and a clean space, knowing you can feed yourself well, but women find this incredibly attractive. So cultivate culinary self-sufficiency. Don't settle. Some people know what they want to do straight out of school, while others are clueless. If you're one of the latter, a lot of people close to you will be pressuring you to work out what you want to do right this second. They'll pressure you to just get a job, any job, so you can make some money. They'll pressure you to stay in that job you don't like because it's stable. Don't be afraid to keep trying things until you find something that really gels with you. When people settle, they tend to fall into a rut that they can't get out of. It also means you're doing something you don't really want to do, so you don't take opportunities to grow or improve. Surround yourself with successful people. As dated as it sounds, you define yourself by the company you keep. Humans are group animals, and the values and habits of those you are constantly hanging out with will become your own. Surrounding yourself with go-getters and people who know how to manage their time and resources will ensure that you do too, if only by following the examples you see every day. Be your own person. Everyone grows up with a certain amount of conditioning from their parents, teachers, and other authority figures. Things such as political affiliation, your worldview, and your work ethic will be largely the same as what your parents were. The biggest part of growing up is breaking that conditioning to become your own person. Realize that hardship is good depending on what country you are in and what skills you may or may not have. You could have a really rough time finding traction with work or even getting any work at all. You might get a job you absolutely hate. You might be struggling to make ends meet and have to move back in with your parents. It is going to absolutely suck, and you'll hate your life more than you can imagine. Rather than hating it and pitying yourself, recognize this is the crucible that will shape your future. Set a routine. Setting a routine doesn't mean having the same breakfast every morning at precisely 6:43 a.m. What it does entail is having your ducks in a row so you can deal with the unplanned incidents that are a part of life. If your car breaks down or you are suddenly saddled with extra work, you'll know what resources you have and how much extra time you can spare to deal effectively with any emergency. The basic tenet behind this is similar to keeping your space tidy. A clean, orderly mind will allow you to lay hands on resources immediately instead of frantically scrabbling for them. Be in a constant state of learning. Education does not begin and end in the classroom. It's an integral part of being a conscious being. You are learning all the time, whether you realize it or not. Make the subconscious process a conscious one. Deepen your understanding of the way the world around you works, pick up skills wherever you can, and treat everyone you encounter as a possible teacher, whether it is how to change a tire or fix an engine, prepare a delicious meal or the best way to clean so you don't have to do it as often. As well, diversify your traditional academic load as much as possible. The more deeply varied, not just skipping from job to job, your resume is, the more attractive you are to prospective employers and the ladies. Your attitude is crucial. Know quite a few people that didn't know exactly what they wanted to do after high school, me being one of them. Some of them went to college and dropped out and then went from job to job. Despite this, they ended up extremely successful. The common factor was a great attitude and work ethic. If you act like a typically entitled 20-something and go from job to job, always bitching about how you aren't getting anywhere or that no one listens to you, you'll end up somewhere shitty in your 30s.